TV as we speak. Hey, you're live. That's what that camera's there for. If you'd like, you could call up your friends and family and tell them to tune in right now live at DetroitCity.tv. They could go there and they could see you. They can sit on the couch. But, or tell them to come on down and support this great cause. It would be easy for us to forget tonight why we are here to support the National Bone Marrow Transplant Link. I'd like to welcome Paul Murphy. Paul? Oh, Paul. Paul Murphy is the board president of the National Bone Marrow Transplant Link. And I would like to welcome Mr. Murphy to the stage. And look at Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy's looking great. Oh, no, that's not Paul. Well.
I was going to say, if I was wearing a better shirt, I could go up there and be.
DJ No-Fi, save us.
It's really important.
Oh, he's coming. Paul? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Paul Murphy, board president of the National Bone Marrow Transplant Link. Give him a hand.
I just referenced that. It caught me by surprise here. I wasn't quite ready to get up here, but I've got about an hour and a half of information here about the link. No, I won't do that to you. I just want to tell you very quickly that we really appreciate everybody coming out tonight. You're supporting an excellent organization that provides support for bone marrow transplant patients. We are very, very, very thankful for the Wig Out for putting this on for us and for benefiting us. I want to thank real quickly our staff, Myra, Denise, Cindy, and Tiffany. All work for the link. They do an excellent job. We've got some volunteers, Chris, Lori, Peg, and Patty that we want to thank as well. Mostly we want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. If anybody has any experience with bone marrow transplants, they know that it is an exceptionally difficult procedure. It is a life-saving procedure that we're all very thankful exists, and we're thankful for people like you coming out and supporting us. I want to introduce real quickly, and then I promise we'll get down from here and let you get back to the music, my mother, Marla Murphy, who's a bone marrow transplant survivor. She had a transplant about 20 years ago for leukemia, and she is still here with us today, which we're very happy about, and she's going to say just a very quick couple of words. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening. I'm so happy to see all of you here. I'm just going to take 2 minutes to give you my whole case history related to bone marrow transplantation. I started this journey 20 years ago. At that time, there was very little information out there. I had to end up going to Seattle, Washington to have this done. There was very little out there in the medical community. I want to just say that it's much like the idea of it takes a village to raise a child. It takes that same village to see someone through a catastrophic ailment, much like bone marrow transplantation. Organizations like the Link are key to all of us who need resources to help us. I just will share with you very quickly what it means to have a transplant. There are a lot of misconceptions. People think they split your body open and they get in there and take those bones out and do something. It doesn't work that way. In my case, I had a donor, my sister, and what ends up happening is they extract marrow from the donor. It's taken from their hip, and then it's infused in the patient, much like a blood transfusion, and that marrow ends up migrating to your bones as the patient. and very thankfully that's the way the procedure happens. I mentioned that there isn't a great deal of information. There wasn't 20 years ago. And my best example of that was I was in Las Vegas and I was needing some medical attention for an unrelated item. And I was at the triage point and I had to tell them, of course, that I was a bone marrow transplant recipient. And they said to me, the triage nurse looked at me very skeptically and she said, well, you know, you aren't really the most bizarre patient we've ever had. Keep in mind, this is Las Vegas. But I had never thought of myself as being bizarre. But she identified me as not being the most bizarre patient. And then she proceeded to tell me that they had had 3 other transvestites go through this. So there is fortunately more understanding about what bone marrow transplant means. It's not a sexual orientation change, but it does take a community. And I just want to acknowledge my cousin Linda, who's here in the audience. She was there for me during this transplant, and my son Paul, who was also and always has been right there for me. So that's my story. There it is. And thank you. We want to just raise the level of awareness so that you know how important an organization like the BMT Link is. In any way that we can help you or friends of yours, because once you have this level of awareness, you'll be surprised how sometimes you'll hear someone say, I have a friend who's going to have a bone marrow transplant. And then you can say to them, I have an organization for your friend to contact. BMT Link. Thank you.